Here's another example of where we compute a fraction divided by a non-zero fraction. In the previous video, we looked at 3 over 2 divided by 4 over 5, and now we look at 3 over 2 divided by 7 over 5. We proceed very similarly. We assume that this fraction divided by this fraction is in fact another fraction. So we write let 3 over 2 divided by 7 over 5 equals c, where c is a fraction. We're going to make that assumption such a fraction exists, and we're going to try to see what is that fraction, what is the value of c. So we rewrite this division statement as a multiplicative statement using the definition, and then here using the commutative law of multiplication, we rewrite this as 7 over 5 times c. So here we have this equation. So now we're going to try to find out what c is using this equation. What is the value of c that satisfies this equation? So let's do that on the other board. So here we have 3 over 2 equals 7 over 5 times c, which you know is exactly same as 7 over 5 of c. We're going to try to find out what the value of c is using the number line. And here's how we proceed. Just like in the previous example, mark off this point of 0. We don't know what c is, so we just mark off some point as c. Now we need to look at 7/5 of c. That means we need to partition this into 5 equal pieces, and I'll just do it approximately 5 equal pieces. And now we need to concatenate 7 of these short pieces. Here's 5 of them. So we proceed like this, and this point is 7/5 of c, or 7/5 times c. It's the same thing. Now we look at this equation. It says 7/5 of c, 7 over 5 times c is really this point, 3 over 2. So we write here 3 over 2. It's the same point. Now we look at this interval from 0 to 3 over 2, and we notice it's been partitioned into 7 equal pieces. That means this point, by another video, must be 1/7 of 3 over 2, or you can also write it as 1/7 times 3 over 2. Now notice we concatenate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them to get c. That means c must be 5 over 7 times 3 over 2. So that's how we figure out c. So c is 5 over 7 times 3 over 2. That's our guess. Now does c really satisfies this equation? Let's do check work here and make sure our c is correct. So we start with the expression 7/5 times c, and we replace c by this expression 5 over 7 times 3 over 2. And I'll leave it to you to use the cancellation law of fractions, product formula, and all of that, and conclude that this simplifies to 3 over 2. So indeed this c satisfies this equation. And so let's write a conclusion now. Our conclusion is now 3 over 2 divided by 7 over 5 is this c. C is this expression. So when I write this expression, instead of writing it as 5 over 7 times 3 over 2, I'm going to use the commutative law of multiplication and write it as 3 over 2 times 5 over 7. The reason for that is now we can see a relationship between this expression and this expression. We did use all of this logic, the definition of division of fractions and so on, to obtain this answer. But notice the connection, 3 over 2, 3 over 2. Division sign gets turned into a times sign. 7 over 5, we invert it and write it as 5 over 7. So sometimes this rule is called informally as invert and multiply. We get the answer of 15 over 14. So we are going to summarize this example now using letters. So in other words, even if we add different whole numbers here, this logic would still work, and this observation that we made of the invert and multiply would still apply, and we'll summarize it using letters in another video. Thank you.